This blue thing here is my 2002 Suzuki SJ50 QT. It's sat for probably a year and a half now. Throttle cable broke back in the day and I just never had the effort to put it back on the road. Had other priorities and stuff, obviously. A little bit of things done to it. It's got a big 80cc rated expansion chamber, bigger jets in the carb, and just a lot of chopping and almost rat rotting. So today I'm going to see if I can fire it back up, and maybe, just maybe, if that goes well, give it a paint job. But first order of business is getting it off my tower of scooters that I deemed would be much harder to steal from. There's a part I've been looking for months. That's good. Now that needs a good wash, so I'm going to set up the pressure washer and do that. There's a big spider in there, and a lot of old spray paint cans. Ah, that's one thing I forgot to do. So just to check. Okay, there is a spark plug in there, so that side of the engine's sealed, and this side we'll just stuff that in there a little bit. I'm not delusional, so I know that won't get rid of all the spiders, but hopefully that does some of them. First order of business, now that she's cleaned up a bit, have a look. I relocated the fuel tank at some point. Okay, it seems very dry, which is actually good, because it means I don't need to drain it. I can just go get some new fuel. But I think there's a couple of stops we want to do first. There's some good parts in here. There's completely stripped down carburetor. Ooh, it's not a good gap there. It's not going to work. Yeah, it looks like these have all been flying around in here for a couple of years, which makes sense. Let's get rid of that fuel line first. Ooh. Wow, that is really red. Looks like all the fuel has evaporated and we're left with a little bit of fuel and mostly two-stroke oil, because usually these have a mixing tank there, but I don't trust the factory mixers, so I just always convert them over to just run premix. Plus it gives you all this open space here, which I quite like, especially for doing stuff like this. So now, carburetor is next. These are the worst bolts to get off ever. I have heard of a lot of people drilling holes in the floor, or cutting a big section out so that you can get to it easily. So what Honda did really nicely, if you pop the boot on these, take out the bolts down the bottom, you can simply take the whole thing out, and the carburetor's right there, which makes this thing a hell of a lot easier to work on. Alright, carburetor out. Ooh, there's some ugly looking fuel that just came out of there. Oh wow, it's thick. Oh, there we go. Got some movement. Right, carburetor free. Oh, well that's a good start. That's one thing I don't have to buy. Now the fun part, let's pop the bowl off this and see how yuck it is inside. Okay. That actually looks fine. It's really clean in there. Yeah, it's as tight as it needs to be. Now, next will be the snap throttle cable. I can't remember why this throttle is zip tied here. Because the plastic is broken. Now I could rob the throttle handle off that bike, because it is the same bike. Alright, I've found a throttle cable in my parts bin. I knew I had it, just needed to find it. Now what I'm going to do, just going to dollop a healthy amount of grease on either end of the cable. Oh shit! So that it can slowly work its way through as it gets operated. Because the other one, I think some water got trapped in it, and then it rusted along the middle here. Yeah, you can see it, it's gone all rusty, and then with one twist of the throttle one time just snapped, and that was probably 2 years ago, and then I put it up there and never looked at it since. I'm realizing I need the little dowel that goes in there. Aha, I knew I had one in here. We're going to pop this fairing off. So this scooter's actually been, when I first got it, it was green. It's been orange. Now it's been blue and white. And all goes well, I might make it red today. Before I commit all the way to restoring this, I may as well see if it'll start, because it should in theory have spark. There's the key. Obviously there's no fuel connected, so this will do. Just like that. Been sitting for 2 years. 2 kicks. It doesn't have any oil in it, apart from what was lying in the carb, so let's not do that anymore. So, it goes in there. Slots in just like that. I've done some thinking, and I think I will steal that grip off the other one. Ooh, I'm not getting that back. That is actually working how it should. If that comes loose, yeah, I don't think I'll die. Just trying to get some fuel. And I should probably get a spark plug. Oh no, never mind. That spark plug is brand new. Alright, I've been to the fuel station. I've got fuel. I've got my 2-stroke that I found in the cupboard earlier. I'm a fucking idiot. I did not connect the fuel line. God damn it. There's a couple of dollars on the ground. Hopefully it didn't piss out all of my 2-stroke oil as well, because that would be detrimental, as they say. It is what it is. Right. Ignition on. Let's see how this goes. yeah! Alright, so I ended up painting it today as well. I didn't film any of that because it gets boring, but here it is. I've decided to colour match it to my piece of shit Altezza. Redid all the blacks, did the whole pipe, all the bodywork black, the fairings red. Great success.